So Graham, what's happening?
We're stuck in a traffic jam. There's been a smash up on the main road, and of course the main road's blocked, but the main road goes over the one bridge for 100 miles around here, so you just can't get across the other side of the river. So I'm just sitting off in the shade, and the traffic is actually moving now, but it'll take a while for the tailbacks to clear, so you can sit there boiling up in the traffic jam or just wait for it to clear. So I'm just sitting in the shade and waiting for it to clear.
The thing is, a lot of them came off the motorway and entered the Palmonis
Further
industrial
back
estate,
to come here to cause a big
and
jam.
now they're all, you know, it just goes on and on and on around the whole Palmonis estate.
But to be fair, you know, the traffic jam may not have been at this bridge, so it would have been wise to come off and try and get back on here if it was clear here. But if it's not clear here, you just make a bigger jam.
Imagine if the bridge has actually collapsed.
But it wouldn't be moving at all, would it?
And we can't get home at all. Oh my God. We'll be stuck in Palmonis forever.
You'd think there'd be more than one bridge, wouldn't you?
You would think there'd be more than one. It's such an essential bridge as well. But you'd have to go all the way to Jimena or Castellar. And I'm not convinced there's a bridge even there. I think it's not a bridge so much. It turns into a bit of a brook when you go about...
It's the Rio Grande, isn't it?
40 kilometres north.
The Rio Grande?
No, it's not. It's the Guadarranque.
Is it?
Yeah. Smuggler's River. Maybe that's why they only built the one bridge.
Mm.
Okay, so I am up on the roof, the dreaded roof. And this is a part of the issue. It's not actually as drastic as it looks. The wood going back here, this is all okay. You can see it's actually got a bit of moss growing on the roof. And the reason that this roof hasn't been done in such a long time is because it's actually quite dangerous to get up here. The previous ladder, there was a rung missing on it, which I'll turn around a bit. I'm so hot. It makes it more difficult. The rungs were not ideal. This new ladder's a game changer, as they say. So the plan is, tomorrow morning we are going to go to Leroy Merlin. I'll show you the other side of the roof in a minute, which is the worst. That is definitely the worst side. This side is not as bad because of the way the boat is moored. The sun attacks that side of the boat, basically. That's the problem. Down here, if I don't know how it is in other parts of the world where the climate is extreme, but we are in an extreme circumstances here. When it is hot here, it is burning, searing hot. We're 14 miles away from Morocco. When it rains, it can outrain England. Trust me, or any of the British Isles. They're like cigar sticks that come down. So we have the sun in the summer, which erodes and deteriorates just about any product you can think of. I've tried everything. I mean, you just can't imagine. And people for decades before me have tried everything down here. Nothing holds up to it. Well, very few things. The latest paint I've used on the deck, that does seem to be, that's held up quite well this year. Whether it'll hold up next year or the year after is another matter. So the sun is perpetually beating down. It dries the roofs out on houses as well as boats, which create cracks. And then the rain comes, and the rain is it's like monsoon season when it comes. And then of course it bleeds through all the house. All the houses leak. Most of the boats leak. This boat, we're quite lucky, she doesn't actually leak that much. Unfortunately, one of the places she does leak is on Graham's side of the bed. Well, she used to. We haven't actually spent a winter on the boat in the last few years, and I do come and check, and there's no puddle. We put a bowl and there's nothing in the bowl, so I don't think it is leaking these days. But anyway, so the plan is tomorrow morning Graham and I are going to go to Leroy Merlin, a big superstore. And I'm going to order some planks of wood, really good quality wood. And they're going to be fixed down the side, overhanging all the way around. And then I'm going to take a jigsaw and trim it off. to the shape of the boat. I think that's the easiest way. I'm not lifting a plank up and down and up and down and up and down and taking a bit off and a bit more. So what I've got to check is that the spars are strong enough here to take my weight, or I might fall off the roof. Because what he did is, it's very good. He put plywood down, cheap plywood, and then he fiberglassed it. So all of this here is, I don't actually think this part is fiberglass. I think this is just plywood. He did a very good job, Graham. And then from here onwards, this is all fiberglass. So this is held up extremely well. Bit of a crack there. So once I've got the planks down, then I think I'm probably going to use tissue fiberglass, maybe see-through. I might end up with a wood finish. And eventually, I was just talking to him, I think what we're going to do is put a solid railing all the way around the top so we can actually use this area. The ladder's only temporary. I'm going to build myself a staircase. I like to make life difficult for myself. I don't know if you've noticed. Right, let's go and have a look at the west side of the roof. Right, so going over to what is known as the starboard side. Let's work my way around all these obstacles. You can see here what we've got. Now, apart from anything else, after we bought the boat, and we'd had it about a year, we came out and there, just under this part, it was like a wasp's nest or ants. I don't know, it was like a big ball thing hanging. And that's really where the problems started. So you can see that the complete top of the roof's gone. These two pieces of wood, we replaced them a few years ago, and believe me, that was a big struggle. These spars here, these are great big pieces of wood that run from one side of the boat to the other. They're really solid. This is all the pelmet stuff that I put up, made out of pallet wood. We did that a couple of years ago. This spar looks a little dodgy on the end there, so I might have to tart that up a bit. And I can't see the middle spar, so I'm going to pull that piece of plywood up and have a look. This is all my marvellous carpentry that I did a few years ago. All these bits that are missing now. And the very back corner is the absolute worst. We'll go and have a look at that. So I really just want to see what's going on under here. I think that might come up in one complete piece. I want my screwdriver to roll off the boat and go in the water, which wouldn't be the first screwdriver. There we go. Oh, that's not bad. That spar is nice and solid. That's nice and solid. I'm very happy about that. Goodness knows what kind of wood they are. Maybe mahogany or something like that. Let's have a look at this one. It was only cheap plywood in the first place. Right. This one's looking a little dodgy on the end here, isn't it? Guess it's where the water gathers. One thing boats do not like is fresh water. They're okay with salt water. In fact, some people sink boats deliberately to heal the wood and make it swell up again. So I'll just get those two bits off. Oh, it's actually quite prickly sitting up here. The fiberglass is not very smooth. Right, and then I've got to be quite careful here because I don't know if the roof will actually take my weight, so I'm going to have to lay down to displace my weight. Oh. That's actually not coming off that easily. This here, this is original wood. But as you can see, this is not secure because there's nothing on the corner holding it. So I'll have to put a new piece of wood along the outside, but I'll probably put the planks on first. But I want to know what's going on with this spar under here, and I'll have to try and expose that. And then this is what's going on at the front of the roof. You can see this has completely fell off. That happened during the COVID, I think. But the actual wood that the original guys used is not particularly thick. I mean, I was surprised that they didn't use anything thicker than that. So I'm going to thicken the whole roof, and then there will be something for this wonderful piece of wood. I mean, this is lovely. This very curved bit here, that's my goodness me, I'm guessing it's something like teak or mahogany. I'm inclined to sand that up and make that quite shiny as a statement. You can see here in the windows we've used, well, Graham put kind of sticky tape all over the windows to stop the rain from coming in, so I've got to do something about that. But the roof is really the important part, and it does slightly sag over the back where the pelmet is. I think it always did. I think they designed it like that for the water to run off. I'm not sure. So you can probably see this part a bit easier here. So this is what we're up against. The actual wood, the original wood, is fairly solid. It's not bad. And although it probably looks quite horrifying to you guys, it's not actually as bad as I had feared. I think I can do this. I think I can do this, and I think I can probably do this week, because apparently the garden in my house is going to be turned into a garage to fix a motorbike. So I'm really hoping that goes well. That's apparently going to be quite a major thing, so I'd really just rather not watch and get on and do this. So tomorrow we're off to Leroy Merlin's, and they have everything there, absolutely everything, and I'll get them to deliver. I think I'll ask them if they can deliver to the pontoon, because it's going to be quite large wood, and then I'm going to make sure I've got a very good drill and most likely electric screwdriver. I have got an electric screwdriver. I think I'll probably charge that up, because the last time we did the roof, Graham and I took turns, and our palms were bleeding by the time we'd finished, because we put great big long screws in and so many turns and so many of them. So I think a really good powerful electric screwdriver will help me a lot. So we'll see how we get on with all that. It will look great when it's done, don't worry, it'll look fantastic. So the project to get the wood from Leroy Merlin was a complete waste of time. They don't sell wood anymore. They used to, like planks. Now all they do is sell sort of MDF, flat pack, useless stuff, none of that's suitable. And we're all the way down in Palmonis. There's a river between where we are now and where we live, and there's only one bridge over it on the Carretera, and there's apparently been an accident, so there's a great big tailback, so we're stuck here probably for several hours, and it's been a complete waste of time. So we're in Decathlon, killing time. I'll have to order wood online. This is what I mean, down in this area, you just can't get wood. You cannot get wood. For American people, this is going to sound bizarre, really. Well, even for people in the UK. Why can we not buy wood in this area? So behind me, that is the motorway. It's moving a little bit, sort of. And we only use the one exit just to get across the river. Oh my God, I don't know how long we're going to be stuck here now. It's just one of those days I should have stayed in bed. Do you ever have days like that where you just think, sod it, I'm not going to work, I'm just going to stay in bed? So everyone's using this little side road to see if they can get ahead of it, but I think the accident has happened a lot further along when we were looking. Poor people. I hope everybody's all right. There's even the ambulances are stuck in it.
Good afternoon, YouTube as well. Our little escapade to Leroy Merlin wasn't very fruitful. We got here and we looked around the woods section and we didn't find anything suitable for Fiona's roof. And then we were quite horrified to find out that because there's a little bit of a motorway that we have to come down to get to Leroy Merlin, and it involves crossing a river, and there's a pile up on the motorway and we can't get back across the river, and there's only one bridge and that's on the motorway, so we've had to pull off.
Yes. None of these cars have moved the whole time we've been stuck here. This started, well, as soon as we arrived in Leroy Merlin, didn't it?
We went to McDonald's, had something to eat, and then we thought, well, it's still not moving, the traffic, so we'll go and have a look in some other shops at some stuff that we didn't want to buy. So we killed about an hour looking around the shops and the pet shops.
It's got to have been 2 hours now we've been stuck here.
Looking at the fish, and the little birds and the cats and things, and it's just one big roadblock, big traffic jam. So I'm parked under a tree getting some shade. I didn't want to sit in the traffic and have the car boil up or something like that, so I just thought, well...
Last time I came here was to see the Barbie film.
It is moving, the traffic, so it's just a case of waiting for the... I mean, there's so many people
I
out.
can't understand
Where
why
are they
the
all
police have not stopped the cars entering Palmonis. Because that's obviously what they're all doing. They're all entering, thinking they're going to make a shortcut to get past whatever the accident is.
Yeah.
And that's what all this is.
And ironically, the actual motorway is flowing again now,
Yeah.
but slowly.
They're doing about 40 miles an hour.
They've all got to queue up to get back on it now, so
Oh,
we're just sitting in the trees, chilling out, and give it some time. So it's definitely a better plan to shop online. You know, we do a lot of shopping on Amazon.
yeah, people are critical about things like Amazon and say, oh, you know, you're supporting an evil trade or something. But it's that, or you spend money on petrol, pollute the environment.
Yeah. And then get trapped in a traffic jam.
Hell on earth. Most people can only come to places like this on a Saturday, so it's absolutely heaving with people on a Saturday.
Now, where are all these people coming from on a Monday? I mean, where are they all going?
I think it's payday. We get this, like there's one Monday in every month. You can't move on the roads. It's like they get their pay and I've got to go out and spend money immediately.
It's only the 11th though, isn't it?
But it's a Monday. I don't know. I think payday's on or around the 15th.
Well, I'm going to have a little sleep. I'm tired.
Well, fucking hell, we should have gone to see a movie or something.
Barbie.
Have a game of bowling.
Barbie in Spanish. No. So there we go. 1 year. And it's had it. Pod works. The pod's fine. That does all the circulating of the water, and it's the actual thing itself. There's a gaping hole there, look. And we have tried to fix it, but once they get a puncture, they've pretty much had it. And the plugs disintegrated. They just crumbled away. So they're not really a good make. The others lasted longer. Our Reboss. I mean, they did good snap-on boxes, but the jacuzzi, no, I wouldn't buy another one. Okay, so we've cut the pod off, so we've got to get rid of that. That's got to go to the bin. And there's the pod, which is a perfectly working pump house. It's got heater, air blower, the lot, so we can use that as a little pump house if we build a more substantial jacuzzi just there. What do you think?
Ice all over your back.
Must have touched the wall or something.
Yes, it's going to be a bit of a business, but I'm being hounded by a mosquito at the moment.
Got no vinegar here.
No. Just thinking of the size and shape and how deep to go down.
Well, I think if you don't make it round, you make it more oval shaped and more over that side. Because the drain comes across here, and then the drain goes down that wall, under that wall, through the bathroom and out into the street, you see. So if you need to access that drain at any time, you don't want a jacuzzi built on top of it.
No, of course not.
Your monkey puzzle tree's doing quite well, isn't it?
He actually looks a bit brown. He needs a drink.
We'll give him some water.
Grow to 150 foot in height, you know.
No, not in that pot, he won't.
Oh, he will. You've got to keep cutting the top off.
Oh,
He will. Oh, God. They're quite a menace, actually. He was only about 18 inches when I bought him.
Right, we'll get Ben's to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Right, thanks for moving that jacuzzi, dude. What's the matter? Have you gone brain dead? Like your haircut? You don't look like a scouser anymore. Hey, 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 hey!
I never look like a scouser.
Where do you want the pump house then, Graham? At the lowest point.
Well, I reckon we have the jacuzzi over there. Just sort of have it curved coming out. Just my theory, and then have it going back in here. We'll have to get rid of all these plant pots, roll this carpet up, put that upstairs somewhere, and then we'll have to dig a base first, right up to the wall, because we need about a 6-inch thick concrete base for it.
Yeah.
Let me just come down this end so I can film the space, so you can see where that is. Now the circular one lost a lot of space around the edges, and it was like 5 foot across, so all we need is a 5 foot this way, but it'll be longer that way.
Do you want to go right back to the wall?
I don't think that's necessary, no, because we don't want any damp travelling through the wall. I'd rather it go to the corner here,
right,
of that bit of wall,
okay.
So you've got a bit of space at the back.
To here, from here?
More or less semicircular, but not a proper semicircle. Coming out curved, going down curved, and then going at right angles to the wall, and
right,
with
I know what you mean.
With a back wall, maybe.
Yeah. But if we only have the bubbles on one wall, which wall?
Oh, the back wall. That's the straight wall. You just plumb one pipe in and drill a load of holes in it and have it fixed into the bottom, and it'll just stream. Ben. You're being a tard.
Don't use that word, please.
Yeah, you can't use that word. You have to edit that out.
Alright, I take that back, guys.
You're going to have to edit that out now.
I take it back.
You should edit this out.
What?
Just edit it out.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with your mother. Go away. Don't forget our drain's back there, so I want to have access in case the drain breaks. Because if we have drain problems and we've got to dig it up, I don't want to be demolishing the jacuzzi.
Got another creeper creeping under there. That doesn't help.
I put caustic soda in the watering can with hot water and just pour it all over. It'll kill everything. Do that tomorrow, Fiona. Do it tomorrow.
I can do it now. We've still got daylight.
Well, you could roll it up, I suppose. Yeah.
I've got a bit of energy.
Okay. Look at the lemon tree. It's taken over the garden. It's next door's tree as well, and he died in the COVID. So
I know.
I've got to keep hacking lumps off it because I keep banging my head on the lemons as I walk in it. So I keep cutting the lower ones off, and it keeps rising up. Massive, great lemon tree. And as you can see, lemons are mainly green. But it's September; they should turn yellow now, shouldn't they? Surely. Anyway.
The brunt of the weight.
Ben, you should have just gone first.
Nah, you see...
He wants me to do the hard work.
No.
No, I think you've got the easiest job there, Fiona. Really. Yeah.
Yeah, because all the weight's going to be down on me.
Okay. Alright, well that's gone. How's it looking now, Alice?
Empty.
Cool. Well, there's plenty of room for him. He'll be putting his motorbike here, presumably.
Yes.
If his mate turns up to fix it.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
You never know. Come here, helping your mother.
I don't need help, I'm fine.
There you go, what she said.
There's loads of room, isn't there?
What you could do is get the clippers and cut some of these vines, these roots that have come through.
Yeah, we'll have to careful with that one. That's I think that might be a lemon tree, so I think we should carefully pull that one up and put it in a pot. I'll do that tomorrow. They can go. Don't need them. So they can't build over the drain because the drain comes along here. So we've got to keep that clear of roots and growths and things. Don't you want any at the back?
They're really cheap, I can buy them in there.
Oh, can you?